Hi, everyone. We have author Brittany Hill here, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brittany Hill, and I am a mental health licensed therapist. I'm also a new author. I'm an empowerment speaker. I'm also the owner of a nonprofit called Women Loving Women, where I try to empower young women or women in general who have experienced trauma, who have mental health issues as well.
Okay. And how long have you been writing?
About 4 years,
Okay.
and it's finally out.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you self-published?
Yeah, no, I have a publisher that I had that I went
Okay.
through.
Okay. And tell us the name of your book.
So the title of my book is 30 and Single, Accepting the Now and Not the Forever.
And that's you on the title?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, tell us a little bit about it.
So the purpose of the book is kind of to normalize the conversation of being 30 and single. In the world today, we have these traditions where a lot of people kind of live by, you got to be married by the time you're 30 or at least have some children. And that's not everybody's reality. And because that's not everybody's reality, but also because it is a tradition that our world kind of goes by, a lot of people struggle with that, not being married, not having children by the age of 30. So I wanted to normalize that conversation. And it's kind of like, it's my story of how I went through the process of that depression, that anxiety, and feeling the pressures of the world, but also people who were close by. Who didn't realize like the anxieties that you go through of not being married at this time and not having kids at this time. But I also talk about the importance of healing and growing before getting married. So I talk about my struggles of, just healing from past generational curses or just things that I went through growing up, or even things that I went through as an adult, the importance of not carrying that on when you get married. So just talking about those important steps that we need to take. Like, we shouldn't be so focused on just getting married, but also just being the best version of ourselves for our future spouse. So it's a lot of personal. I'm very transparent in the book. So I'm excited.
Okay. And were you nervous to release this, being that it's about you?
Yes, I was. I was, but I've gotten so much good feedback, and just people just saying that they really value my transparency, and just kind of like, people don't really have this conversation. They don't talk about it. So being able to hear people's feedback about it has, I wouldn't say made it more comfortable, but it's made it easier to talk about. And yeah, just made the transition easier.
Okay. And where can we purchase your book?
So it's on Amazon. It's also on my website, womenlovingwomenllc.com/shop.
And how can we find you on social media?
So you can find me at dr.b_empowers. So dr.b_empowers.
Okay. And are you working on another book?
No, not right now. No, I'm also, and I even shared that, I'm also a doctoral student. So I'm finishing up my dissertation process. So that will be another publication about women. And I'm so excited about that one too. But it's not going to be, it'll be a publication, my dissertation, but not a book.
Okay. And what do you hope readers take away from reading this book?
I hope that everybody can normalize this conversation. I hope that we can have conversations and be more comfortable about talking about mental illness. I hope that we can be more comfortable about talking about the anxieties that people experience about not being married and having children by this age. I hope that we can normalize the conversation of, especially women, the thought of not having kids by 30 and the different things that we may experience during that time. So I just hope that those conversations can be normalized, but also that people around us can begin to understand that that pressure is another load. Not only, not being able to feel the world traditions, but also, we understand that our parents want us to be married and, to be happy and stuff. But I talk about the questions that the parents and everybody always asks, so when you gonna get married? When you gonna have kids? They're unnecessary. So just kind of making people aware of the feelings that we experience.
Okay. And how do you think being a writer has helped you as a person?
I feel like I am not normally, I think it has opened up my vulnerability, because I wouldn't say that I am that vulnerable, even being a therapist. And there's a certain extent where we can be vulnerable with our clients, but I think it has opened up my vulnerability, and to be more relatable to people, which I feel like is really important, especially not only in my career, but also as an author. Like, I think we need more people who are transparent, because there are so many people who just kind of put on this facade as everything is okay, everything is perfect, it's perfect. And people need to realize that, this person went through these different struggles, but yet they've overcome and they've been able to get to and accomplish this goal.
And do you have any tips out there for any aspiring authors?
Just do it. Make the time, schedule, set a schedule of how you want to write, when you want to write. I know that I was working full time in my doctoral program when I was doing it. So if I can do it, you can definitely do it. Just set the schedule, get you an accountability partner. That's what's most important. Somebody who can keep you accountable and keep you on track, and just be like, hey, what you doing? Are you writing? So that's very important, and just set those goals and go for it. Regardless of how long it takes you, keep writing and do it.
Okay. And are you a book reader as well?
I am, but I'm more of a self-help book reader.
Okay.
And that's what I write, what I wrote. So yeah, I'm more of a self-help reader.
Okay. And is there anything else that you would like to tell us about your book?
Oh, yeah. So it's not only a book, but it's also a journal. So in the back of it, I have, if you can see, it's a journal where I ask some thought-provoking questions. And the purpose of the journal is to kind of help you to get to know yourself. So I ask you questions such as, what are some things that you love about yourself? What are some things that you feel like you struggle with that you may need to work on? What are some areas where you feel like you need to heal? So just some questions like that. They are a little deep, but I feel like it's important. Like, if you can't get deep with yourself, then why are you getting deep with other people? So it includes a 30-day journal in the back of the book as well.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome. Thank you for the invite.
No problem. All right, everyone, that was author Britney Hill telling us about her book. Make sure you go out and purchase a copy, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this video below.